Hi everyone, so today we'll be going through a 2020 election prediction between Julian Castro of Texas and Donald Trump of New York. Okay, so let's just get right into this video between Julian Castro of Texas. He is the former Secretary of Housing and Urban Development, and Donald Trump, who is the incumbent United States President and businessman from New York. Okay, let's get right into this. So Julian Castro we see winning Washington, Oregon, California, and Hawaii, New Mexico, Illinois, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, the District of Columbia, New York, and that first district in the state of Maine we all see moving into the safe Julian Castro column. As for Trump, we see him winning Alaska, Utah, Idaho, Wyoming, Montana, North Dakota, South Dakota, Kansas, Oklahoma, Arkansas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, South Carolina, Tennessee, Missouri, Kentucky, West Virginia, and Indiana, and most of the state of Nebraska. Okay, I'm very sorry. Here, Georgia and Florida are not meant to be colored in red. That could give you a hint. Well, we may as well start with those ones since I've already filled them in. But Florida, we see moving into the leaning Republican column. Same thing with the state of Georgia and the state of North Carolina. Okay, so my reasoning for these states. Democrats did not do as well here as they perhaps expected, with the heavy African American population and Julian Castro more appealing to the Latino population. I don't see him being as successful in those states. But as for Virginia, we see Julian Castro actually winning in Virginia. We don't see that being all that difficult for him to pick up the state of Virginia. Democrats did very well here in the midterms. Okay, right now we're at 201 electoral votes for Julian Castro, and we're also at 185 electoral votes for Donald Trump, the incumbent president. So, as for this southwest area, okay, so we see Trump taking the state of Texas very narrowly, just because we don't see Julian Castro. Yes, it is his home state, but this is still a Republican state at heart. You know, Trump won here by a solid 7-8 points in 2016, and yes, Beto O'Rourke was able to narrow it down, but that was against a uniquely unpopular senator, and having a lot of energy from that blue wave just coming in. We see Julian Castro narrowly losing in the state of Texas. Okay, we also see him narrowly losing in the state of Arizona, but only very narrowly, because we do see him exciting some of the Latino voters in the state of Arizona, but we don't think it would be enough to get him over the line, because this is still, again, a Republican state. And with presidential year turnout from the Republicans, we see Arizona narrowly moving into the Donald J. Trump column. Okay, next state we're going to be looking at is the state of Colorado. We see this one easily moving into the Julian Castro column, just because, again, with Julian Castro, he is able to excite some Latinos to come out and support his campaign, and we see Colorado narrowly, not narrowly, but quite a solid margin. Colorado moves into the Julian Castro column. Okay, the state of Nevada. We also see this one moving into the Julian Castro column. We see him winning by about 4.5 percentage points. In the state of Nevada, we don't think it would be all that difficult for him to do. Even Clinton was able to carry the state. We see Nevada moving into the Julian Castro column. Okay, but as for that second district in Nebraska, we don't see Julian Castro exciting anyone there. We see it moving into the likely Republican column, Trump winning by about 5 percentage points. Okay, moving into the northeast, we see Julian Castro taking Maine at large, but coming up short in Maine's 2nd congressional district. We also see him taking the state of New Hampshire, because again, only narrowly though with New Hampshire, because we think he's quite similar to Hillary Clinton in the voters that he excites, and Hillary Clinton was only barely able to carry the state of New Hampshire. New Hampshire moves into the Julian Castro column. Okay, we have the Midwest. Okay, Pennsylvania, Ohio, Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, and the state of Iowa. Okay, so as for these states, we see Julian Castro very narrowly taking the state of Michigan. Very, very narrowly. Because we think he's very similar to Hillary Clinton, but Hillary Clinton was just lost that by 0.3 percentage points. We think that Trump has lost just enough of his base in Michigan that they stay home, and it pushes Julian Castro over the line in Michigan, but it would be very close. However, we don't see the same happening in Wisconsin and the state of Pennsylvania, because we think that Trump wins by enough of a margin in 2016, albeit how small, but we think he wins just enough to just push himself over the line in both of those states. Okay. And the state that we see putting Trump over the line is the state of Iowa itself. We see Iowa moving into the leaning GOP column because, again, we see Julian Castro being very similar to Hillary Clinton. Clinton even considered him as a possible VP. I mean, that's how kind of, close. But anyway, Iowa we see moving into the Trump column. We don't see Julian Castro exciting the mostly white base there. Same thing in these states. We don't see Julian Castro exciting the union workers, and we see them staying home. In the state of Ohio, we also see this one moving into the Trump column, and then Julian Castro finishes with 248 electoral votes with the state of Minnesota. So that wraps up this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will be back soon with an Amy Klobuchar video, with a few others, an Amy Klobuchar video, with the Andrew Yang video. I know people have been keen to see that, an updated version of that, an Andrew Yang video. We also could see something like a Tulsi Gabbard video, a Bill de Blasio video. There's a few other kind of low-profile candidates that I want to do because, even if they don't win the nomination, it's still fun to look at. So that's it for today's video, guys. Thank you for watching this video. Comment down your suggestions below, and I'll see you all in the next one. Peace.